About 2 weeks ago, there was a big fire at WestOak Woods Baptist Church in South Austin. Nearly 75 firefighters put it out. But not long after, residents living nearby reported their water was foamy and smelled like chemicals. Austin Water says for 2 days, hundreds of people were impacted. Fox 7 Austin Destiny Chance in South Austin with that story.
Well, behind me is some of that damage left behind from the fire. On Monday, the Austin Fire Department held a press conference where they apologized many times to people living in the community, not for fighting the fire, but what happened while they were fighting it.
Oh yeah, that seems dangerous.
Jacob Searles has been living at Landmark at Prescott Woods Apartments for about 2 years.
Easy. That was easy. Are you gonna jump off the side?
On January 22nd, he returned home from the gym to shower, but had quite the surprise when he turned on his water.
But it didn't smell so much like soap. It smelled kind of like a detergent of some kind. And it didn't really have much of a texture. It didn't leave any kind of film.
Hours before, the Austin Fire Department was fighting this fire at WestOak Woods Baptist Church.
We had some difficulty making a good entry and an extinguishment into the property. And so at one point during the fire, the decision was made to actually use Class A foam.
AFD says this normally wouldn't have been an issue, but the engine closest to the fire had a broken foam system. So firefighters used a second engine to pump foam into it while both were still connected to fire hydrant. The second engine pumped at a slightly greater pressure than the fire hydrant, which allowed backflow into the hydrant, causing the water to be contaminated with the foam.
After letting the water run for a while, you know, you think something like that would kind of flush out. And after it kept going, it was, clear that it wasn't going to flush out.
It didn't only impact Searles. Austin Water says more than 300 people were affected. The city delivered bottled water to residents for 2 days, while testing was done to confirm why the water was soapy, smelly, and foamy, since it wasn't safe to drink or ingest at the time.
So even after they said it cleared out, for a few days after that, I still had soapy water. It's probably about 4 days ongoing. And it actually overflowed from my toilet. My toilet had a bit of a run to it. The soap is about this high. So I kept my kids out of it, and we didn't do baths.
Monday afternoon, AFD told the media they've never seen this happen ever before.
The lesson learned from this was if we're going to pump to a unit, that unit can't be connected to the water supply. You either have to shut the hydrant or you have to shut the intake to the engine. But you can't take water from two water supplies.
Searles says he hopes other residents are understanding that this wasn't intentional.
Firefighters, the list of things that they do that hurt the populace is slim to none, right? So, I mean, when it comes down to it, you got to weigh out your options. Do you want to have a quickly responding fire department or, and risk certain things being inconvenient, or, do you want to not have a fire department, right? So for me, I'll always support the fire department.
Both AFD and Austin Water say they haven't received any reports of anyone getting sick from ingesting the water. In South Austin, Destiny Chance, Fox 7 Austin News.